Today, the San Diego City Council is expected to vote on raising the minimum wage of hospitality workers.
The proposal, $25 an hour by July of 2030. CBS 8's Regina Gudita live downtown to explain why people are for and against this plan. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Erica Netta. That's right. And the San Diego's City Select Committee back in June, they actually moved forward with this proposal to raise the minimum wage for hospitality workers. Since then, Council member Sean Elo Rivera, he's been drafting an ordinance to present it to City Council. So that's what brings us to today. It proposes to raise the minimum wage to $25 per hour for hospitality workers, and it would apply to those who work in hotels with at least 150 guest rooms, amusement parks, and event centers. So Councilmember Elo Rivera says it follows a pattern that Los Angeles and Long Beach have pursued to raise wages. He says the ordinance aims to address the high cost of living and it supports fair pay. But I want to bring in the president of the San Diego Regional Chamber of Commerce. We have Chris Cate here. Chris, thank you for being here this morning. I mean, you actually started a coalition with tourists as well as other businesses around the region advocating against this proposal. What are some of the concerns that the coalition has?
Well, the concerns we have is that this will not reduce the cost of living in San Diego. Instead, we're going to pass on a burden to our small business owners across the city that will just lead to higher prices for San Diegans. We agree that San Diego is a very expensive place to live and to work, but we don't believe that this proposal will help solve that problem. Instead, what it's only going to do is to make it harder and more difficult for San Diegans to enjoy San Diego, whether that's going out to a restaurant at a hotel, riding a kayak on the bay, going to the zoo or SeaWorld or a Padres games. These are all things that everyday San Diegans enjoy doing as part of our way of life, but instead we're going to see higher prices for those things.
So higher prices is one of the impacts. What are some of the other concerns that you guys have if this proposal moves forward?
Well, it's just moving the ball in terms of addressing the cost of living in San Diego. We know that it's very expensive to live here in San Diego. Every day, 140,000 people drive into San Diego from outside the county to work. You cannot afford to live here in San Diego. We would instead ask our policymakers to figure out what are solutions to address the high cost of living in San Diego, make it easier to build housing, easier to pay your water or electric bills. These are all things that should be on the front of the mind of the council, but instead we're looking at things that will not address the cost of living in San Diego.
Will you be at the meeting today to discuss some of these concerns?
Yeah, absolutely. But we're also pragmatic and realist in terms of what's going to happen today. We do believe that the council will ultimately pass this proposal, but we hope that we would work with the council moving forward to address the cost of living in San Diego and find those solutions as opposed to making it more difficult for our small business owners in the region to live.
All right, Chris Cate this morning. He is the president of the San Diego Regional of Commerce, talking about this proposal that would raise the minimum wage for hospitality workers. So that will be presented during the City Council meetings, a session at 2 p.m. We'll be monitoring this meeting closely and bring you the latest details.